Well, it all started when the students of Mensah Sarbah Hall decided to have their Sarbah Week celebration. Indeed, that led to a number of movements and celebrations. They had a procession on campus. And we are told at the end of that procession, there was a problem. There was a clash between what is suspected to be students of the Vandal City Commonwealth and the students of the Mensah Sarbah Hall. This clash became very chaotic and violent, leading to the destruction of vehicles. At least one vehicle was set ablaze, and students were injured. Some students were injured. Lots of the properties on campus were pelted with stones. And the ensuing result, when the dust settled, is the aftermath that we are witnessing. And so for the Citi Newsroom, we've come to the campus of the University of Ghana to visit these two rival halls and to see if there's going to be an end in sight, trace the problem, and possibly ask for solutions from same. You're welcome to follow us for our coverage here on the Citi Newsroom. Well, so this is a remnant of the clash between the two halls, even though there's a dissociation that's happening from some of the halls. This vehicle parked by someone, possibly an innocent motorist who had come into campus, or maybe a student, someone who may not have an interest at all in what's happening, or someone who has an interest in what's happening. And in the ensuing commotion, and when the dust settled finally, this was what was left behind. Someone's vehicle bent to ashes now. It's been some 48 hours since the incident, and the police have moved into campus. They've actually been to the campus over the past 2 days or so. There are motor riders, as in police motor riders, who are also here, and these are advantage places in front of the Sarbah Hall, Mensah Sarbah Hall, that is, where most of the vandalism took place. Because a significant thing is that the symbol of the Mensah Sarbah Hall, which is the bust of Mensah Sarbah, was removed by the people who came attacking the hall. Students are moving around doing their usual work on campus. We presume that lectures are happening as always, as planned and as scheduled. We did not know who did this, but it happened during the commotion between what we were told at the time was a clash between the students of Commonwealth Hall and Mensah Sarbah Hall. So it looked like an invasion of Sarbah Hall, and we were told this was by students of Commonwealth. We have not proven that. We have no evidence to show that it is the case. But lots of stones were held that night, stones that were targeted at the Mensah Sarbah Hall behind me. And of course, there were retaliatory missiles too that were thrown. So these dustbins in front of the Mensah Sarbah Hall, supposed to be used for collecting rubbish, were rather used to pack stones. Stones that were thrown that night, some of which hit some of the properties here. And we also told there are several other stones that were thrown here which have been carted away in wheelbarrows and so on. And so that's how violent the clash that happened here that evening was. So the inscription on the ground is part of activities that the students of Mensah Sarbah Hall, popularly known as Okpo students, Okpo Goes Official 2022, is a celebration that was happening that night. And we're told that it was that celebration which also had a procession as part of it, and during that celebration was when the vandalism, or after the celebration that the vandalism happened. And as we speak, information is still not as clear. But for people who have followed these universities, the rivalry has been intense and chaotic and violent in the past. So this for them may just be one of many of these instances. But of course, it is not something that should happen. It's a criminal activity, and that is why the Ghana Police Service is on the scene, continuing with the investigations. But let's speak to the students who are in the Mensah Sarbah Hall, have an understanding what they know.
I was not here. I was in my room when I got a call that something had happened and we had to move to the police station. That's basically. So we are at the police station and we got calls that the clash has started. And so we had to return and monitor the situation, make sure everybody's calm. The ladies and everything is okay before anything gets out of hand.
When you came back, what did you see? Can you paint the picture for us?
When we got back, they had already started flying the stones. So
they were throwing stones from outside?
Outside the hall. We were
into your yard?
Not into the hall, just in front there.
Okay, so
around the,
what were they targeting? Were they targeting people or the property? What exactly?
I actually say, but they were just throwing stones at the people also defending around the hall, so we can't just say they were targeting particular people or particular persons.
It was later in the morning that we came out to see that the Mensah Sarbah Hall statue, the head, is not available, it's been gone. We don't know what happened, but per hearsay, say some group of people came around, took it away.
So you didn't even know what was happening at that night was happening?
I didn't see or witness what was actually going on.
You didn't even know that there was something happening in your backyard?
We heard the chanting voice, okay. Yes. Yeah, but
you didn't know it was chaotic and there was violence?
No, we didn't know. I didn't know how intense that the situation was. Yeah, because I was with a couple of girls playing game at the Sarbah field first.
What do you want to see done as students of the hall?
Students of the hall, the main thing we want is the statue back. That's what we know. We want.
You don't even know where it is?
We don't know where it is, but I believe the police are around, so they can help us with that.
Could it be possible that it was taken out of the campus, or it is in one of the halls?
The police are the best people to tell us where it is now, because they are around, they are everywhere. They get the intelligence and everything, so they can tell us where it is.
Also, it's from all the reports that we've received, a clash between students of Commonwealth Hall and Mensah Sarbah Hall. The Mensah Sarbah Hall students have spoken to us. They've explained what they saw that night. We've come to the Commonwealth Hall as well, the Vandal City, to also hear from them. Unfortunately, we are told that we're not going to get any comment officially from here. But suffice it to say that there's a comment already out there by the hall distancing itself or dissociating itself from the incidents that occurred here, and they say that they were not involved and their students were not involved. And so the police would have a tougher job now trying to locate the bust of Mensah Sarbah, which is gone missing, plus persons who were involved in the vandalism and the clash that led to the burning of a vehicle and the destruction of several property. A few more students. What's your name?
Richard Kofi Ayenzu.
Which hall are you in?
I'm in Sarbah Hall.
Sarbah, you saw what happened. Were you there that evening?
Yeah, I was there.
Did you throw a stone?
Oh, no, please.
But you saw the stones being thrown?
Yeah, I observed.
What do you make of what happened?
Oh, it's a very bad incident as students on campus, and it's very dangerous to our lives. We are brought to campus to learn, so such action shouldn't be done on campus. Yeah.
How about you? Which hall are you in?
I'm in Commonwealth.
You're in Commonwealth. And the two of you are working together when we called you.
Yeah.
We are told that there's a rivalry between Commonwealth and Sarbah.
Yeah.
From where you sat on top of your hill on Vandal City, you were hearing of events down there. Were you part of the people who invaded their hall and attacked them?
No, please.
But you know people who did that?
I don't really know, but I heard of the incident.
Okay. Yeah. And what did you hear?
Oh, I heard that there was a little bit of chaos and the Commonwealth and the Sarbah boys were fighting.
What do you make of that? What's your thinking around that?
I think it doesn't speak well of us as students, and we need to be peaceful.
They say that you have come to steal Sarbah's head and taking it to your place. Is it true? Is it hiding in your... Have you hidden it inside Commonwealth?
No, please. No, please. I don't know of that.
You don't know that? The bust of Sarbah is not around. As a student who worships and celebrates that hall, what do you make of that?
I think it's a very bad act. Whoever did that should kindly return, and also the school authorities should also intervene and bring the statue back, because it's a school authority and it's a representation of the hall. Now, without the statue, the hall doesn't have a representation, and that it should be returned or be replaced. I think if it doesn't find its way back to wherever it was, things will escalate, and I'm sure boys from Sarbah will also try destroying things at Vandal City or something like that. So I think the school management should act as quick as possible, so that there will be peace on campus. Yeah.
If you were asked to follow a group of students to go and attack Vandal City, would you do that?
Oh yes, I will defend my hall at any time. So I would.
If it means getting the bus back, you do that?
Of course, yeah, because now there is no identity as a Sarbah guy. So now,
You are headless.
yes, the only identity has been stolen, and to find it back so that maybe I can get my identity back is what we need now as a people.
If you are asked to go and invade Sarbah, would you go with your team from Commonwealth?
Personally, I don't preach violence, yes. So as for me, all I want is peace, and I'm an advocate for peace. Just as my brother said, I think the approach he's adopting is a bad one. We are in a period of tensions, and I think we should use diplomatic means to solve the problem amicably.
The University of Ghana is in the Ayawaso West Wagon constituency. The Member of Parliament here, who is the Deputy Whip as well, the Honorable Lydia Sarah Malasan, has come to see herself what the situation is on the ground. Madam, you're welcome to Citi TV's coverage of the clash here. What did you hear about what happened on campus?
It's been alleged that our children, Sarbah and Commonwealth Hall, had clashes, which resulted in loss of properties, damages, and even some people hurt. So I am here to see for myself, and also to console the people who have been hurt and those who've lost properties. That is the purpose for which we are here this morning. Legon, being the intellectual capital of the nation, is a place that I hold very dear to my heart. And so anything that affects their security affects me and affects the nation as well. Government does everything possible to ensure that the security here on campus is intact. So together with the police command, we are doing our best to ensure there's calm.
I know you've been briefed by the police. Have they told you if anyone has been arrested or anything? Do you know anything yet?
Well, I wouldn't say there was a serious arrest, but they are doing well. I must say that I commend them highly. What I see around, they are all over patrolling. Their patrol vans from the region and all that are here. A gentleman was picked up, and they are still working on him.
I think for the Sarbah students, the biggest headache would be the loss of the head of their house. What would you say to the students and indeed the security agencies about that?
Together, we are all working to ensure that they find it.
That's the Honourable Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wagon, the Honourable Lydia Sarah Malhassan, who has come here to see for herself the situation here following the clash between students of Sarbah Hall and Commonwealth Hall. As we speak, the head or the bust of Mensah Sarbah is still not being accounted for, and that has become a problem for students here who want to see the icon of their house present. This is Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. The university itself, the authority from the Vice-Chancellor to everybody, have been tight-lipped since Citi News have been making attempts to speak to them on this issue. We've been told there have been marathon meetings happening on campus today, and indeed we are told that there may be some communication from the police, from the University of Ghana authorities.